$14.5 million in digital equity funding in Washington state. Low-income, unserved communities left out of California's massive middle-mile broadband program. T-Mobile spends big to buy Spectrum licenses, and the Disney charter spat is over. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. Washington State's Department of Commerce has awarded $14.5 million in digital equity funding to assist new Internet users getting online. The grants will help support individuals looking for work, those learning the English language, and Medicaid clients, among others. Included in the grants, creation of a hotline where appointments can be made to receive assistance from a team of digital navigators. The program also supports a wide range of digital skills training. Concern in California over cuts to the much-lauded $3.25 billion middle-mile broadband initiative. The plan originally consisted of 18 projects that would build or acquire 10,000 miles of middle-mile network, with a focus on the neediest and most disconnected communities statewide, such as South and Southeast L.A. and East Oakland. When the final map was recently released, however, projects in those areas were gone and replaced with projects in highly affluent and tech-connected communities such as Beverly Hills, Culver City, and Walnut Creek. The Digital Equity Initiative at the California Community Foundation among the many groups looking for answers from Governor Gavin Newsom's administration on those last-minute changes to the massive infrastructure program. T-Mobile acquiring low-band 600 megahertz spectrum from Comcast Corporation and will spend up to $3.3 billion to do so. The purchase is pending approval from the Federal Communications Commission and won't close until 2028. The spectrum licenses would help T-Mobile serve portions of New York City, Orlando, and Kansas City, Missouri. The acquisition, similar to the company's $3.5 billion purchase of 600 megahertz licenses last year from Columbia Capital in order to serve Atlanta, San Francisco, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Boston. That deal also awaiting final FCC approval. Voters in the Lone Star State will get to decide the fate of a constitutional amendment that would create a $1.5 billion Texas Broadband Infrastructure Fund. According to the state comptroller, 7 million Texans have no access to broadband. If approved, the infrastructure fund would bring the total amount of broadband funding available in the state to nearly $5 billion. Texas was allocated $3.3 billion in the federal BEAD program earlier this year, far more than any other state in the union. What a difference a week makes. The impasse between Disney and Charter Communications has ended, and much earlier than most observers thought. What is being called a transformative resolution to the carriage deal. Of note, the new agreement includes some streaming services and will give Charter greater freedom in packaging Disney programming. The deal also will allow carriage of ESPN's direct-to-consumer offering when it launches in the future. Just around the corner, a House subcommittee hearing on the future of the video streaming marketplace, and there's no shortage of noise being made as a result. The Preserve Viewer Choice Coalition blasting proposals to change FCC rules governing how carriage and retransmission consent agreements are negotiated, saying that any change would, quote, damage the streaming landscape by increasing consumer costs. Meanwhile, broadband station groups have complained that current guidelines reduce revenues, and they've launched the Coalition for Local News Advocacy to lobby in favor of the changes to those rules. Stay tuned. ABC Network, along with other linear networks owned by Walt Disney Company, may be on the trading block, and media mogul Byron Allen has made a $10 billion offer. According to Bloomberg, the bid is for the ABC television network, 8 ABC-owned television stations, along with cable networks including FX and National Geographic. Allen has already acquired the Weather Channel and a large group of other TV stations. Possible talks are also reported to have been held between Disney and Nexstar. Total households with at least one subscription OTT service have always been highest in Asia, with North America ranked second worldwide. According to research from Ampere Analysis, that's about to change, with Western Europe set to surpass the U.S. and Canada collectively at some point in 2024. Largest growth being driven by the U.K. and Germany. A logical progression also sees content production targeting international markets. Only 43% of upcoming series on Netflix are being made in the U.S. Amazon Prime and Disney Plus also making fewer than 50% of their shows domestically. A data measurement business transaction of note this week. iSpot.tv has acquired 605. It's a move that strengthens the challenger to Nielsen's rating dominance. This marks the largest of 5 acquisitions the privately held iSpot.tv has made. And finally, congratulations are in order for NATE President and CEO Todd Schleckaway, who has been named as the 2023 recipient of the RCA J. Kitchen Leadership Award. Todd is part of the incoming class of 2023 RCA Fellows, who will be honored November 18th in Denver. Congratulations. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.